Hello everyone, this is Jim from DJ School UK. Hopefully you've been enjoying our videos so far and maybe even got your first mix together. Don't forget, in the description to this video are links to all the keyboard shortcuts and the free DJ software. But if you don't have those yet, you really might want to start from video 1. Just before we start, I want to remind you that we talk fast in these videos, but you can rewind and watch any part until you understand it. You can also use the comments section below to ask us questions or book face-to-face online sessions where we can help you. All the comments are 100% moderated for safety. Now, it's quiet. Let me just get some music playing. A little bit loud. I just need some background music today because what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how to record your mixes. Now, recording your mixes is vital if you want us to help you, because it means we can hear you and offer you feedback, but it's also massively important for your own development. When you were DJing, you were in the moment, thinking about your mix, checking your beats and match, pre-listening to the next song, and so much more. But anyone listening to your mix will hopefully only hear the mix. The listener will be able to lose themselves in the music and will feel the overall shape of the mix much more than you, who is working hard to create it. So it's vital, if you are to understand what your audience will hear, that you regularly step back from the decks and listen to your own mixes. Doesn't really matter where or how, there's no better way to feel what your audience feels and no finer method to spot things you could do differently. I'm not talking about spotting mistakes. You will probably notice those as you go along. If something isn't going the way you want it, you will know it. I'm talking about the overall flow of your mix. Does this song really need mixing in so soon? Could I have left that song playing a little bit longer? You know, we were talking about the shape of songs and where there's breaks and where there's breaks and where there's drops and where to combine things. You will feel it while you're mixing, but if you listen to your recordings of your mixes, you will hear how it sounds so much better. So, these are the sort of questions you should be asking when you listen back to your mix. And you will only really be able to answer them when you hear the whole mix, without having to focus on loading the next song and beat matching. So how do you record? Well, one of the easiest is to use your smartphone and record either the sound or take a video of yourself DJing. If you're going to do a video, for us it is best if you point your camera at the computer screen so we can see what is going on there. You also need to have the phone quite near your speakers so it picks up the music. The trickiest bit, if you use a smartphone, is probably exporting the video or audio, getting it onto your laptop and sending it to us. There are so many different ways phones do this that we can't go into all of them now. But at the end of this video I will talk a bit about how to send us the files. As usual, if you're having issues, you try to use your phone, ask a parent carer for help, maybe try a bit of Google with some sensible search terms. Or give us an email, let us know what you're trying to do. There's lots of different ways to do this. So, another way to record, and not forgetting recording, it's not just for us. Sending us it means we can listen to your music, but keeping it for yourself means you can really check your music. I can't stress that enough. But another way to record is if you have music production or software on your computer. So I'm just going to switch this screen and show you a few different types of music production software. Here we've got Ableton. At the moment, that's what's recording my music and my voice for this video, showing it working. If you just click on here, you can see it actually live recording the video as you hear it. Other types of music production software, you've got Logic Pro X, which is mostly a Mac app. You've got Cubase, made by Steinberg. There's lots of different ones, many options, and using any of those you should be able to route music from Serato Lite into the app to get a good quality recording. If you've got some of those applications or some of that software, you're a very lucky person. We're not expecting all of you to have it, so what we're going to focus on today is free music production software called Audacity. Now, this is in full screen, let me just do that. Okay, Audacity. It's not going to get us the best sound quality using Audacity because we're going to record from the laptop speakers straight into Audacity. There are other ways you can get better sound quality, but what I'm going to show you today is the simplest. So what I want you to understand is if you want better sound quality, if you're listening to your own mixes, as usual, get in touch, put a comment in the comments below. We will help you out. All we're looking for today is to get the simplest, most straightforward way for free of recording your mixes for your benefit and ours. Most of you, if you're in the UK, will probably have already used Audacity in primary and secondary school. But in case you haven't, we're going to start right from the beginning. So the first thing you need to do is download Audacity. The way you do that is if we go into Google and type it in, Audacity. Notice you want the audacityteam.org one, Audacity. From here you can read all about it and you can download it. So let's have a look. It gives us the options here. If I click on that download link, you can get it for Windows, you can get it for Mac, you can get it for GNU Linux if you really want. As usual, if you're going to download a new app, new piece of software, you are going to need the owner's permission. So if you're not the owner of the computer you're using, you're going to need a parent, carer, or the administrator of that machine to put in their passwords. If you're not confident downloading and installing apps, get a parent, carer to help you out. You've done this before with Serato, or someone did it for you before with Serato, so you should be able to do the download and get the music software ready. So I'm just going to quickly put a new song in here because we need some music playing, matching the volumes, not even beat matching because I'm not going to mix really, I just want a bit of background music. So let's come back to Audacity and talk about how you actually use it to record your mix. First things first, you choose your input source, which is up here. On Macs it's Core Audio, on PCs I believe it'll show ASIO. It should do that part automatically. What you want to do is select the right input source here. So if you're coming out of your laptop speakers or your computer speakers, or you've got a little sound system that you're playing out of, and you're going to record in through the microphone on Audacity, you want to have built-in microphones set. Now, at the moment, that isn't going to show you what I'm recording from Serato because for the sake of this video, I'm recording Serato in Ableton. But let's not get complicated. Because I've got it set to built-in microphone, it is going to hear my voice. So I'm going to be able to show you what you're looking for anyway. Basically, up here, to see what I'm hearing, I need to click to start monitoring. As soon as I click that, you can see whenever I talk, I get a level, a green bar. When I stop talking, it goes. So that shows that it is hearing me. If you were playing music and it was hearing it out of the speakers, that green bar would be pretty solidly steady all the time. Ideally, you want this monitor to be all green as much as possible. But if it's too loud, it goes yellow and red. We don't like yellow and red because yellow and red makes the sound distort. Apologies if that made the audio too bad on the recording. So, you can change the amount of input volume here. If I turn it up quite a lot, you're going to see that even my voice can go yellow and red without me shouting. I want to set this at a comfortable level, so it's about, generally speaking, I like the loudest parts to be touching about -6 up here, and that's a nice kind of general level as far as Audacity is concerned. Do you see it peak a little bit there? So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It peaked up to red when I said general, but now it seems okay, -6 at the loudest points. Not forgetting, if you're doing it to sound from a song, this will be steady, you'll be able to see a bit more of a peak. It's worth doing this little bit of time just to get the best sound quality you can, to get your input level right. Now, not forgetting, this is recording your computer speaker volume. So if you're not getting enough level, or if you're getting too much, you can change how much is coming out of your computer speakers using Serato's volumes, which are here and here for the individual tracks, or here for the overall. I don't know if we've shown you that one before, but that's the total amount of volume that's coming out of Serato. But you've also got your computer's own volume, wherever that is in your system preferences or your control panel. So using those, balance it so that it sounds nice to you out of your speakers and you're getting a good amount of level in Audacity. So, once you're happy with your levels, you can record. Now, this is really straightforward. After you've got everything else set up, input and monitoring levels, you literally just have to hit the record button. Audacity instantly starts recording and you see it creating waveforms for the sounds that are recorded. Again, this one's only recording my voice because my sound's being routed to Ableton for the sake of recording this video. But if you were recording your song, the waveform here, although all blue and not coloured, it would almost exactly match the waveforms in Serato. That's what it's supposed to do. So once it's recording, you go to Serato, you do your mix. Hopefully a little bit better than Jim this morning. When you've finished your mix, you come back to Audacity and you press stop. Now, this bit's important. So I'm going to stop Serato as well, so we can really concentrate. What you need to do next is save it. Always save it. That's my top tip. Save project as, boom, give it a name. You can also export it, and that's vital for us. This is where you export as an MP3 so you can hear it somewhere else. Saving allows you to edit it later on, which means you can chop and splice and move bits around and alter different sound effects and things like that. Exporting it makes it into a normal MP3 that you could load back into Serato, but more importantly, you can send it to us. So, to be honest, if you don't think you're ever going to want to edit it, just export it as an MP3. File menu, export, export as MP3. Once you click on that, it'll ask you for a name, Jim video. I like to date things, 17th of June. I'll save that to my desktop. We'll go with the quality, yeah, I'm okay with standard for this, and I'll click save. Now you can add extra tags if you want, artist name, track title, you can see them all there. I don't need to do any of those for this example. Feel free to experiment with that if you want. And that should be saved. If I now go to my desktop, PC users, don't forget this will look a little bit different. There we go, Jim video, 17th of June, MP3. So that's how you export it. If you were to save project as, save lossless copy means higher quality, save compressed copy means lower quality, save project as, this is only if you want to edit, as we said. So you might want to, you might not. What's important to say here is I like to be super safe, so I normally save a project and export as MP3 just in case something went wrong with the export, but that will fill up your hard drive, so maybe you don't need to. Also, at this point, if you didn't like your mix, if you didn't like what you actually did, I didn't like the way I pressed those hotkeys. My Serato seems a bit laggy while I've got everything else here running. I've got so many things running to do this video, and I'm clearly making excuses. But I didn't like what I did, so I don't know if I want to keep that recording yet. What I could do is simply play it back. Audacity, ooh, very loud because it is just my voice. And I can listen to it, and I can decide, is that the recording I wanted to do, or can I improve? We want to hear your mixes so we can help you improve. If you already see how you can improve, there's no point sending us that mix. We're just going to say what you already know. You may as well do another go and get it right and then send it to us and we'll see if we can find other ways you can improve. If you don't like your mix, basically, or if you made an error and want another go, just delete it and start recording again. So, delete, click on, Command and A on a Mac or Control and A on a PC and you'll highlight the whole thing, backspace, and it's gone. If you didn't mean to delete, Command and Z or Control and Z on a PC will put it back. I did mean to delete it, and that means I can have another go. And I can do some more waffle and I can speak some more and I'll get a different waveform. It's only when you've got a take you're happy with that you should save and export. And it does not matter, this is vital for you to understand, it does not matter how many goes it takes you to get it right. That's all good practice. The point of recording is so that you hear how you sound to others. The more you record, the more you listen back to yourself, the more you re-record, the more you're practicing, the more you're hearing yourself, the more you're going to learn yourself. Only when you're happy with what you've done should you be sending it to us so we listen and go, oh yeah, this DJs getting really quite good now. They're ready for some advanced tips. It's time to push them forwards. That's when we as your teachers can really do something extra for you. Hope that all makes sense. Hope you understand. Okay, so that's the most important bit over. I'm just going to put that tune back on because I like background music. That's the only reason. So now you should have an MP3 file somewhere. Let's go back to my desktop. MP3 file. Obviously PC users, your screen's going to look a little bit different, things are going to be different. Let's look at this MP3 file, and if you've used a smartphone and you've done a video instead, it might be an MP4 file or a .mov, MOV. But what we're going to talk about now is how you send us these files, okay? So again, you might want a parent carer to help you here because they're going to have to use an email, and we can't accept things from individual emails from under 18s. So it's probably better you get a parent carer to actually send us the files, but you know, be nice to them. You can learn how to do it so that it's easy for them. So the way we send files is we go to a website called WeTransfer. That's the one we prefer. WeTransfer.com, just Google WeTransfer and it'll come up. You don't need to sign up, you don't need to log in, you don't need to do anything apart from add your file. Desktop, there's my file, open. And then you email it to whoever you want. It'll come from your email. Mine's already in there because I've used this before. You might have to enter your own email. You can add a little message if you want. For us, it's really useful if you say something like, this is from me at that date, but what's even more useful is if you put that in the name. Put your name, there it's a DJ mix, there it's your whatever, and a date in the actual file name, and we're very happy. And then you simply click transfer. It's as easy as that with WeTransfer. It might give you some extra questions like, are you sure you don't want to pay for a pro version of WeTransfer? Are you sure you don't want to do this? It will probably send you a verification code to the email that you say is yours to prove that you're not just spamming people. As you say, it's straightforward. Just be patient with it. It takes a little while because it has to load your whole file up. But basically it is really simple and it shouldn't ever require you to pay money, so that's why we use it. But do get a parent carer to help with it. So once we've got your file, we can hear it, we can judge where you're up to, we can decide what the best thing to do for your next lesson is, and we can challenge you and push you. I'll take your file and give it to your tutor, they know the most about you, and it's just going to speed up what we do with you. Imagine if we spent every lesson with you listening to you mix. You know, you don't need us to do that. We should spend lessons with you teaching you more about mixing. So if you send your mixes recorded in advance to us, we can spend more time in your lesson talking about what else you can do. And of course, you can learn from yourself. You can keep improving yourself by hearing your own music. One thing you're going to notice, recording this way, out of laptop speakers, into Audacity, it's not the best quality. First things, you lose quite a lot of your bass, things might overload, it's not the greatest. And as you progress as a DJ, we will individually talk to you about the best ways you can record on your system. As I said at the beginning, there's just so much variety between Mac, PC, different smartphones, different apps. It's actually really, really difficult for us to work out the best way. This way, Audacity, laptop speakers, WeTransfer, it's just a very simple way to get you started in recording. So, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel so you know when we make new videos. And as I said at the beginning, if you've any questions, any ideas about future videos, or if you want any more Zoom classes, get in touch with us. All the links are in the description area under the video. And of course, if you're feeling generous, if you've just won the lottery, we are a non-profit company. We try and subsidise places so that as many people as possible can access DJing. So we would really appreciate any donations. There's a link to that in the description as well. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.